It describes education as not just a transfer of knowledge, but also a process of cultural transmission where ancestral wisdom and modern education can coexist. This is especially important in regions like Marinduque or Ifugao, where traditional practices are still alive but at the risk of being lost. Indigenous symbols turn education into an act of cultural pride and preservation. So the visual meaning, the left image here, this is the visual likely represent as stylized sunrise over the rice terraces, blending traditional and environmental imagery. The sun rays symbolize enlightenment or knowledge, while the terraces reflect both culture and sustainability. This slides promotes the semiotic use of cultural heritage in education and advocacy as a means to deepen engagement, preserve identity, and support environmental and social causes, especially in rural or indigenous areas like Ifugao and potentially Marinduque. This slide emphasizes the power of local champions in educational advocacy. Teachers, barangay leaders, and parent advocates act as relatable and trusted icons. They are the living symbols of what our advocacy stands for. By embodying participatory semiotics, these local figures give meaning to our campaigns. They help make educational goals feel concrete, achievable, and personal for learners and families. We see this in the summer scholarship drive. Example, a respected local teacher became the face of the scholarship program because her story resonated with families, showing that education can overcome poverty. Applications doubled and attendance improved. This proves how a local champion can motivate action not just through messages but through authentic personal connection. Highlighting local champions also builds trust and ownership. When advocacy elevates community voices, it aligns with Waste Board 2008 view that development communication should empower people rather than speak for them. This approach creates stronger, more sustainable support for educational change because communities see themselves in the movement. Next slide. Participatory art as semiotic praxis. This concept combines participatory art, where communities actively create art together, with semiotic praxis and the practice of using signs, symbols, and meanings to bring about change. It suggests that when communities are directly involved in creating art, the process becomes a powerful tool for communication and transformation. This slide highlights how language and script serve as powerful symbols of inclusion in educational advocacy. By using native languages and scripts like Baybayin or the writing systems of the Mangyan people, advocacy materials honor cultural identities. So this approach doesn't just communicate information, it promotes identity, respect, and belonging. When advocacy speaks the language of the people, it transforms education into space where everyone feels seen and valued. The example here of literacy advocacy in Mindoro shows how bilingual materials and script-based storytelling helped engage families and improve literacy rates. So by embedding education in familiar cultural forms, schooling became more relevant and embraced by the community. So this is the key for sustainability. When learning connects with heritage, families are more likely to support and sustain educational reforms. As Waste Board 2008 reminds us, participatory communication builds trust and ownership. When we use local languages in advocacy, we bridge gaps between schools and families who may have felt excluded by formal education in the past. This strengthens community support and ensures educational innovations are not only accepted but actively nurtured over time. So the inclusion through language fosters deeper relationship between schools and communities. So it helps sustain reforms because the community sees education not as an outside intervention, but as an extension of their own culture and identity. So the traditional symbols like the Baybayin script, the Sarimanok, and the rice terraces of the Banawe remind us of our heritage. The contemporary symbols like the jeepney or local murals blend tradition with modern expression. So in advocacy, using these icons ensures that messages feels authentic and grounded in local identity. So the sustainability is enhanced because advocacy built on cultural symbols strengthens pride and ownership, ensuring community-driven support for education reforms. In conclusion, the use of semiotics in advocacy, that is the strategic use of signs, symbols, and cultural icons, plays a vital role in making educational reforms meaningful and sustainable. So when we root our advocacy in the symbols that communities know, trust, and cherish, we are not just delivering messages. We are building emotional and cultural connections that motivate action. Semiotics helps us communicate in a language beyond words, the language of shared identity, history, and hope. For example, when we use icons like Jose Rizal to symbolize learning as freedom, or the rice terraces to represent indigenous wisdom, our advocacy resonates more deeply. These symbols inspire people because they reflect who they are and what they value. The key takeaway is this advocacy that uses semiotics effectively does not feel imposed or artificial. It feels authentic because it speaks from within the culture. That's what creates impact that lasts. As someone committed to sustainability, I believe that when our advocacy is anchored in meaningful symbols, we create reforms that communities are eager to support, sustain, and pass on the next generation. As we close, let me emphasize these guiding thoughts. When advocacy speaks in the language of people's symbols, hearts and hopes, change becomes unstoppable. And every symbol we choose in advocacy becomes a seed of change in the minds of those we wish to inspire. These quotes capture our goal to ensure that our advocacy not only informs but transforms, creating educational reforms that are sustained by the communities themselves. References. Thank you for your attention. As a student of Doctor in Sustainability under Communication 380, I believe that our advocacy work must always aim for long-term impact, rooted in culture, powered by community, and sustained through shared dreams. Thank you and God bless.